If you're an OnlyFans creator, then buckle up, because for the next few minutes, I am going to rant about how an agency should really charge you for their management services. My name is Liam, CEO here at TDM, and in the last 5 years, we've grown over 100 creators to the top 0.1%. Let's have a look at how they should charge their fee. Before we continue, if you're finding this video valuable and you want to get in on the discussion, then linked in the description is our free Telegram community, where we essentially discuss all things OFM, from client acquisition to traffic to chatting. Don't miss out on the opportunity. Back to the video. The first thing that I want to clear up is that it is probably not advisable for you to accept a salary deal with an agency. Now, I know that especially if you're based in a third world country and you're struggling for a bit of work, then somebody offering you a few $1,000s a month in guaranteed income seems like a good offer. But transparently, if you're going to work hard enough to genuinely see account growth, then you should deserve more than just a few $1,000s. Because for an agency to make it worthwhile for them paying you a few $1,000s, that means the account has to grow. And if the account's going to grow, then you should take a significant portion of the share, because it is your account, it is your body. And whilst I'm not necessarily a feminist, I do believe in financial fair play. So you should always adopt a percentage split, essentially, rather than just a agreed sum that they pay you. Now, that split is of course a very difficult line to get right, because there is always an argument for them charging more and charging less. Okay, but frankly, what matters is what do you get out of it, and how much risk do you have to adopt to potentially get what you propose you might get out of it. In short, is it worth your time? Is it a low risk venture? My thesis on this is that an agency's fee shouldn't really matter too much. Okay, because they can charge whatever the hell they think that they're worth, as long as that it's a good transaction for you. That's all that really matters. The same way that it doesn't necessarily matter what price the car is or what price the house is. If it's the right house or the right car for you, and you get more than you paid for it in the sense of what you wanted, then it's worth it, right? It's very similar with the way that you transact in business, in my view. Here at TDM, we charge 50%. We don't negotiate our fee, because we don't have to, because we know how good we are at what we do. But what we do is we give you complete control. We say, look, we know what we're worth 50%, but we don't want you to take any risks that you don't feel comfortable with, so we'll do it on a 0-day contract. That way you can try it, and if you're happy and you do see the returns that we think you will, great. And if you don't like it, you can leave. No strings attached, no contracts that we're going to tie you in, no notice periods, just leave, right? And I think that is how you find a suitable term. Don't judge an agency on their fee, because that is to be confirmed. You know, because if they charge you 70% but your account does a 10x, honestly, that's not a bad deal. But then if they charge you 20%, you might think, oh great, they're super cheap. You know, this is exactly what I needed because I keep all my money. But that's a very short-sighted approach, because the likelihood is, if they're only charging you 20%, they're doing that because the only thing that they've got on their competitors is that they're cheaper, which typically means they're no good. So in that case, the chances of you even seeing any account growth is quite slim. So the best thing to do, the take-home point here, is forget about the fee, make sure that it's low risk. Join an agency that give you the chance to leave. Okay, they give you that return to home button, because that way you can try it and see what you think, no strings attached. And I think that's the best advice that I've got from being on the other side, you know, pitching and selling to creators. That's my advice to you, to keep you safe. We actually have a Telegram group linked in our description, which is typically for agencies, but we also see that there are a lot of creators benefiting in there, because the people in this Telegram group, they communicate a lot about traffic and how they bring in new subscribers. And I think as a creator, you might find that really useful, not necessarily to get involved, but to just observe. Either way, it's linked in the description. Hopefully we see you in there, and hopefully this was valuable. Let me know in the comments what you think an agency should charge, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks.